my man Chris Herren, who's also my brother in the building, Robert Egan, and he's speaking tonight. A lot of buzz about that. I had attorneys ripping phones out of my ear. State Representative Fagan, who works down here, they're very, very excited about it. You're going to a very warm and welcoming place. These people are looking forward to it, right? You want to tell us a little bit about it?
I think, to be honest with you, it's a fundraiser for hunger and for the YMCA. So they're putting on a little benefit to raise money for that community, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm doing it. You know, the Noblins, who are, they're a family in the Rainham area, asked me to do it, and I'm looking forward to doing it.
Good. Good. You're looking forward to your speech here, March 8th?
Absolutely.
Now, what do we want, though? Do we get theme music for that? Like, I mean, how do we do? Like, how big's the stage going to be? We get some questions we got to ask. I want to do a big. I want to pick some spiritual, gospel, Amazing Grace. You know what I mean? You know, we want to fall in now. Listen, we got my brother Chris. Chris, we're going to talk to you about a few things. Certainly, your speech tonight, and everybody gets rave reviews from everybody. Is it the same speech every night, or do you modify it to your audience?
I modify it.
You modify it? Mm-hmm. Sure. Are there basic tenets that you keep?
I follow a time. I follow a timeline. It was different today at the Harvard Club in Boston. Those guys, I don't have to pitch it to them like.
You don't have to sell it. No.
Well, it's just different because it's kids. There's a little bit of scare tactic. There's a little bit of cautionary tale to it, obviously. But in that type of environment tonight, Benjamin's is not going to be. You don't need to hear the horror details of it.
Sure.
I think you focus, on a speech like tonight more about the recovery aspect and how people have changed my life, and people intervening for me, and that's the whole purpose of what we're doing today is making sure we can extend a hand so, somebody gets the same thing I got. That's what it's all about.
You ever get tired of doing it?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm tired right now, but
Sure.
you never know who's gonna be in the room.
When's the last time you felt it? Like you said at the Cape, right? You got a little emotional.
Yeah, I get emotional. It depends. The more tired I am, the more emotional I get.
Sure.
It wears me down. But I got extremely emotional in Bridgewater, in the prison, when I was speaking to the kids who were sectioned.
What are they sectioned for?
For substance abuse.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're there for that reason. That's emotional.
Sure. How did that play there?
It was great. It was great. Tomorrow's the ACI. That should be interesting.
Sure.
And 85% of the people behind bars, substance abuse related.
Absolutely. How was what was the best place that you think? When was the last time you really left the speech and you were really feeling it?
I spoke at Falmouth Middle School.
Really?
Yeah, which was amazing.
Uh-huh.
Lawrence Middle School. And, after the talk, it comes down to questions and answers. And, the kids started raising their hand, telling on themselves.
Really?
So it was like a little confessional.
Really?
Yeah, little 7th and 8th graders were raising their hands, telling me they drank last weekend and they're never going to do it again, or they smoked last weekend and they're never going to do it again. It was a pretty powerful moment. There was about 50 kids that stood up and told on themselves in front of principals, superintendents, a lot of people. It was pretty amazing.
Do you think that the administrators really have a clue until, like we were talking about what happened in Egypt with the Arab Spring and everything, and now the violence is rekindled because some nonsense in a soccer game where 80 people got killed and how the police responded and all of that. But those problems lay on the surface. You just need a light, you know what I mean, to bring them out. And, you being the light at that speech, I mean, do they come up to you and are they like, holy shit, I mean, we got 50, 70, 7th graders. I mean, that's hard. I mean, I was drinking in 7th grade, Chris, I'm sure you were as well, too.
Yeah.
Were you, Eric?
Yeah, that's when I started.
Yeah.
Nothing like it today, but right, yeah. Oak Grove Cemetery, that was our spot.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, a few of them.
But yeah, it's. I think they got their finger on it. I just think they don't have time to keep it there. I think they know what's going on.
They don't have the resources either, do they?
No, they just don't have the time. And not only that, it's hard taking that stuff home with you. I mean, I got a lot of cutting kids, That's the new thing.
Cutting?
Yeah, they cut themselves. Kids who can't, at that age, who can't find substances, you know, they use a razor blade and cut themselves, and until they bleed.
12-year-old kid in New Bedford hung himself.
Yeah, of course. Happens all. I mean, listen. I spoke in Manasquan, New Jersey, and it was sponsored by the company Life is Good. And I walked into the office, and they said that there's been 10 suicides in the last 4 years. They jump in front of the train. It was a copycat. Well, I mean, that's
Really?
Yeah, in the same school. A kid did it 4.5 years ago. He walked out of school, went down to the Amtrak station, waited, and then jumped. And 9 more have done it since him.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah. When I got there,
That's not getting national attention yet?
Yeah, it has. They tried to keep it under wraps. They've tried to keep it under wraps. Look at, Manasquan, New Jersey. I'm going back. Speaking at St. Rose, the school in Manasquan.
Wow, that's yeah. I mean, does it ever emotionally beat you up hearing this every day? I mean, how are you feeling? I mean, I know it's exhausting just the request I get on Facebook. I think I think it's exhausting just what Herren did with their Hurricane Rita. When times that by 10, and how do you handle it? I mean, what's going on here? I mean, you want to set the foundation up, right?
Yeah, well, it is set up, and we have people who answer the emails and make the phone calls, and I'm really not in on that piece anymore.
Sure.
I've separated myself from that, but I still see the emails. I still see people.
And you still are accessible for some.
Well, my phone number is published, and we had a kid show up at my doorstep from West Virginia with the mother and said, "Here he is, can you help him?"
Really? And what happened there?
I took him to the basketball gym, and I hung out with him for the weekend. He stayed with his mother in a motel.
And what did he go to treatment?
The kid is extremely talented. He's like 5th in the country in scoring. He's like a 6'4", 5 weight.
High school?
Yeah.
Really?
Dakota Youngblood is his name. His father, Bill Youngblood. His father, Bill Youngblood. No. His father.
You'd be a bad motherfucker running around West Virginia with Dakota Youngblood as your name. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So he hung out with me for the weekend.
Really? How'd it go?
It was great. Kid was a great kid.
Was he gonna go to school?
He's got offers from a bunch. There's a bunch here. He likes VCU.
He likes VCU, really?
He likes the coach.
Who's the coach down there?
Shaka, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, he's still there.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go. They're getting after it. That's and it's interesting. Tell me some of the other places that you've been. Wrap this down.
I've been all over.
You've been
I'm heading to North Dakota tomorrow.
North Dakota. How's that?
I'm speaking on an Indian reservation in North Dakota. One of the tribes in North Dakota. There's a problem, and they want to reach their kids. So, they have a casino, and they're putting on a big event for all the children and that.
Good.
Yeah. So I'll be there tomorrow. And Friday I'm at Oliver Ames.
Away. Yeah. And that's good. I know you speak to 4 of them, and how do you want to play that? How much stage do you need? You like to walk around, right?
No stage, yeah.
No stage?
No, not for me.
What?
I won't be on it. Yeah, I'd be walking through the crowd.
Walking through the crowd. Okay. So that's good to know. Anything else? I would play some. I want to play some music for the speech. Maybe play a little music after the speech, get people feeling good about themselves, the right kind of stuff. I mean, we want to put a little bit of a production element into this, but maintain its dignity and the seriousness of what it is.
Will this be the first speech you're doing in Fall River?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you spoke in schools, though.
Oh, the school systems. Yeah, I spoke at Morton, Talbot, Henry Lawrence, Durfee.
How did the speech at Durfee go?
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, kids were great.
Kids were great?
Mm-hmm.
Has it been a bad one yet?
Yeah, Poughkeepsie, New York, about 6 days ago.
Really? What happened here?
I needed Joe Clark with me.
Really?
Yeah, it was mental.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
bet it
kids
could, yeah.
were whipping stuff off the balcony. Kids were standing up, walking out, telling teachers, shut up. It was crazy.
What do they say to you after something like that happens?
I just put it on fast forward.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, the NFL was there. They flew in to watch the speech, so it was total chaos.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you maintain your composure?
I had no choice.
Did you get into it with? Was there any interactivity?
I told them they should all be ashamed of themselves.
And how did they handle that?
Some of them handled it great, some of them booed, but I mean, it was crazy. I mean, a teacher at this same high school, a Jamaican woman, walked into a English teacher's classroom with 40 kids in it and stabbed her 16 times in front of all the kids with a screwdriver. Now she was on the news. I mean, I walked in there 8 days later. So, I mean, this was...
The Poughkeepsie's rough, I've been there.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's very rough. That being said, I spoke at a school the next 4 hours later, and they were great.
No, was the NFL with you with that speech as well?
No.
So, is the NFL deal still alive?
NFL deal still alive. They were impressed that I did not bail on the speech. You know, that I just plugged through it because it was hard. I mean, it was extremely difficult to maintain your composure. They were louder than me. I mean, at times. You know, you're speaking.
And usually it's a pin drop. That's what the reports that I hear.
Well, no, that's what I said to the principal. I said, you know, there's a problem here because, you know, I've spoken at very high-end prep schools and I've spoken at very low-income school like Bedford, Brockton, Champions High School. Those kids were as respectful as they come. They didn't say a word. So, you know, it's a behavioral thing. This guy, it was his first year. Yeah, he was overwhelmed. You know, he said he has teachers that are scared of students, that won't say anything to a student because they're afraid of the repercussions. So,
I hear you. That's a crazy story. You gotta hit the road, Cap. Right?
Yeah.
5:15.
All right. I love you.
Love you too.
Take care.
We'll be back with more. Have a little faith in me. John Hayes will be back right after this.